So, first vlog ever. It's nerve-wracking. I am not knowing what to say. So hopefully you can grow with me and bear with me, and we can get better and better as we go along. So I thought I would start with my hundreds and many works in progresses. I have a bad problem with that. So the first one that I'm really excited to show you is this bad boy. This is a poncho style top, really nice and lacy, all done with chains and the odd single crochet, apart from in the top here where it's double crochet. I found it really easy to wake up, and I think this would actually be a really easy project for a beginner to do as well. All around the bottom, it's just simple chains and double crochets, and it works up really quickly and really easy. Now for this project, I have to say a big thank you to Seta from the YouTube place Seta's Place, and Z. I love Z. I love all of her videos. So she is, let me read, Zelda NRJ3. I hope I got that right. But I will leave a link down below below the video for both Seta and Z. They were the ones who got me started on wanting to make this particular poncho. It just looks so easy and it looks so beautiful on. And so, yeah, they're the ones that got me started on this one. And I especially like it because I had one ball of New Zealand dyed, New Zealand spun wool. It was an acrylic, but I only had one ball and I had no idea what to do with it. And so for this one, I did the dark blue around the top. Then I did the one ball I had there. And then I don't know if you can see at the bottom, it sort of changes from that colour, it's a bit hard to see on here, to the difference of that colour. It's a very slight difference, but it matches beautifully. And so I'm happy to be able to finally use that ball of wool in something that I'm really going to enjoy. So I've got that on the go. What else have we got here? Now, I started this wrap. It's only small at the moment. I don't know if you can see very well, but it's really fluffy. So it's been made with this, oh, which way? That way. Patterns Songbird 8-ply. It is the most fluffiest, loveliest yarn ever. So it doesn't really say. Over here they call it an 8-ply, which is sort of more like a light 3, medium 3, but it stitches up really quite finely. So I was just pairing it up with a normal white DK to try and get it, but I'm still not totally sure whether I want to continue on with the project. I was using a 6.5mm needle hook, and I'm just not sure yet. I'm almost tempted to rip the whole thing apart and start another one of those really nice ponchos, or rip it apart and start a cardigan and use the wool in stripes throughout the cardigan. So I'll see how I go from there. Right, what else have I got going? I like to keep all my stuff in project bags, and I've made all my project bags. So that mohair thing was made with this print project bag, and they all just cinch up at the top. Oh, this is one of my favourite project bags, my Gorillas. I had bought this as a fat quarter a long time ago, and I could never find anything of what I wanted to do for it, so it just sat there and sat there and sat there until the day I decided I'm going to make project bags. And I went through all of our fabric, and this just popped straight out at me and said, I want to be a project bag. So I did, and I love it. This next one is a pussycat one. In here, I've got a long-term project going of trying to make myself a corner-to-corner blanket, but doing it in patches, sort of about yay big, to try and make it a little bit easier on myself. So I've got the nice blue patch going on here. So that'll be the next one. Once I've got this one done, and I'll sew them all together, I'll pop up a picture of how it's going on, how it's all going. This one is at Spotlight. They had some beautiful velvety feeling yarn by what was the maker, Kartopu, and they had it all at $1 a skein. So I thought, well, that's a no-brainer. So I bought heaps and heaps of it. So I've made up this one, which is going to be quite a large but nice fluffy pillow. I thought pillow, or maybe I'll do 4 and make a really small blanket. And the next bit I've started with is the black and the dark charcoaly colour and a really nice dark blue. So I'm going to try with that one next. I don't know how far I'm going to get. It seems to be taking me a long time. It's hard, one of those projects where it's really hard to get the motivation to do. Yeah. Oh, and the last one. This is a project my daughter desperately wanted me to do, because she was seeing me wearing shawls and stuff out by the fire, because we have a nice big fire pit outside that us and our neighbours join together, and we have a brilliant time out there. But my daughter was seeing me wear a shawl out there to try and keep warm, so she's like, oh, I want a shawl too. So far this is hers. So she wanted pinks and purples. So I've done purples and pinks, and then in the white bits, it doesn't really show up on camera, but I've got a little bit of sparkle metallic in there. And then down the bottom, that was using one strand of white and one strand of purple at the same time. But then down here, I did 2 rows of purple and 2 rows of white, which has got the sparkle in it. So hopefully she'll enjoy that, and we'll be able to keep warm in the odd chilly night we get around here in the summer. The yarn she chose was also, there's a brand of wool over here called Marvel that's sold at Spotlight, and all of the Marvel's soft range has been discontinued. So they're selling it all off really cheap, so we can get it at like sort of $3 a ball. So thankfully that was one of the ones she chose, so it was nice and cheap. Right, so finished objects. Well, I don't have a lot of finished objects at the moment. first one I can show you was the very first one that I finished, and I'm really, really proud of it. I can't show it all on the one screen, but it is my simple double crochet all the way shawl, and I made it using two of the Karen cakes. I think the colour was called like blueberry pie or something like that, but with all the green I'm kind of wondering why it was called blueberry pie. It should have been like greenberry pie or something. But I've been wearing this a lot, and then I was finding it falling off my shoulders a lot and stuff like that, so I went on to Trade Me, which is like our local eBay, and found a person selling shawl pins. Now I found this beautiful one. It's a rosewood one. Let's see, get it in the camera there. So you have your fabric in there and dig into the fabric through and then pull, and then it holds it all together nicely. And that was a rosewood one, and it was only like $18 or something like that, free shipping direct from the UK. So I thought, well, that is beautiful. I've got to grab it. So now I've got a shawl pin, and I'm totally happy with it. So like if I put it on here, you'd have that there, poke that in there, grab both of the thicknesses of fabric, and then poke it up through there, and then it just holds it nicely and it stays on beautiful, no problems at all. So I was very happy I got that. I also jumped onto AliExpress and I bought a couple of real cheap ones from AliExpress, so I don't know what they're going to be like, but hey, at least I've got this really nice good one to fall back on. The other finished object is what I'm wearing. It's called a campfire cardigan. It's made out of two massive six-sided, it's basically a granny square but with 6 sides instead of 4. And the way you fold it turns into the sleeve and down the front. So you do 2 of them, which will give you sleeve, down the front, sleeve. And then at the back, you have to join it for a couple of rows, however many you need to. So down the back here, I joined it from here to here, so I had to have that much extra down the back. And then on the bottom, you can see where am I going? Wrong way. That way. I joined and did at least 2 colour rounds to give it the extra length that I wanted, because I wanted it to be longer, because I'm a bigger type person and I've got a bigger leftover from having kids' baby belly. So I wanted it to be that much longer so it would make me feel a little bit more protected. And the arms, because I'm a bigger person, I get hot really easily. And so in my arms, I always find I get really, really warm and hot and sweaty right there in my arms, right around the wrist. So that's why I left the arms the shorter, so it leaves that much which gets nice and cool and gets the cool breeze going past it, and it's worked out beautifully. It is just absolutely perfect fit for my body, and that's why I love this pattern, because it is just easy to customize to your body. It's not just what the pattern says, it really is customized. I love it. So that's the finished objects I've got. I have a few things I'm wanting to start though. I've been out recently and I bought wool like we all do. We have massive stashes. If I turn the camera here, you can see the shelves there. Oh, there's a bit of stuff extra along there, which is just stuff, but downwards, all of the shelves from there down are wool, all of it. And that's only my stash upstairs. I have a husband and 2 kids, and we live in the house upstairs. Downstairs is like another 3-bedroom house, and Mum has 2 big rooms and a kitchen, and then there's a couple of other rooms which are used for storage and stuff like that. And in Mum's one room, she's got almost a whole wall filled with that type of shelving, which is stacked with wool. And then in the other room, which we call now the craft room, we have probably, 3 or 4 more big plastic tubs of wool. So we have a problem, but hey, it's split between 2 of us, so I'm sure that makes it better, hopefully. Okay, so while I was out getting the wool, like I said, the Marvel Soft was on clearance, so $3 a skein. Americans are getting to me. Skein. $3 a skein is pretty good. So I got 2 of those and a nice dark grey. Then to match, I got, this isn't the Marvel Soft, it's its sort of sister wool, the Marvel, and this is the one that I really like to use. It's my favourite to use just as a generic acrylic wool. So it's a nice dark purple, really nice and dark purple. To go with that, and I also got one of our main shops, kind of like Walmart in the States here, is the Warehouse. And they have a small selection of wool, but some of it can be quite nice. So I managed to get this one, which was the bamboo yarn in charcoal. And it is so, where am I going? It is so nice and soft. I know I want to make something with it. So what I'm thinking now is the bamboo charcoal I'm going to put with the same brand, Unity, but it's got beautiful blues and purples and charcoal greys. So I'm thinking I'm going to put something together with that. So I'll make something with that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these and 4 of these, so surely I can make something. They're only 50-gram balls though, so it's like having 400-gram balls. I'll figure something out. But these 2 that I bought, I also found this lovely one. What does it say? Imported. It doesn't actually totally tell me. Oh, here we go, 50 grams. This is the one that I got to go with it. It's sort of got, there we go, flecks of blue, of purple, of almost a purpley magenta, of green, but the base is charcoal. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful. That's the, there we go, that's the brand. And I thought all 3 of those would go really nicely together. And I could make, I've fallen in love with the campfire cardigan, so I thought I might make another one and do it in purple tones. Because a lot of the stuff that I've got at the moment is either in blues or in greens. So I've got the green shawl. I really need to make a blue shawl and a purple shawl, which is maybe what I'll do with these two actually, is make a purple shawl. And then I've got the blue in the campfire cardigan, so I need a purple one and maybe a green one. You know, it's all the colours I wear. I always wear sort of blacks, blues, purples, greens. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about going on to next. Of course, my husband also wants me to make him a Mexican poncho. Right, so Mexican poncho colours. What we've come up with is red and green and brown with a little bit of blue and a little bit of cream and possibly a little bit of this peach colour. Let's try and get this all going at once. What do you think? Am I missing any colours? He doesn't want to be bright in your face, so the bulk of it is probably going to end up being in this brown and cream, and then all the other colours will be used as accents along the way. I can't do fancy zigzaggy type stuff. All I'll be able to do is striping at the moment. I'm still a beginner. One day it would be nice to be able to do all those Mexican patterny design things, but I just can't do it at the moment. So, yeah, if you've got any ideas, let me know. I still haven't started on it. I'm still trying to work out the design, but yeah, like I said, the base will be the brown and the cream. And yeah, hopefully I'll get it done sometime before next winter. Hopefully. Anyway. Yeah, weather-wise, it's looking pretty grey overhead. Yes, really dark overhead. So it looks like it'll be a bad time for washing clothes, which means it's a good time for sitting down and doing some crochet. Well, that's about all I have for today. I'm not sure how often I will be uploading this. I'm going to try and do it maybe once a week, especially times when the kids aren't here, because I find it really, really hard to record things like that when I've got distractions everywhere. It's hard enough to do it by myself. So, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Another thing I would like to also feature in this thing is that all around me, everyone knows me as the Pajama Queen. So I think it only fitting that in my vlogs I have to include something about the pajamas that I'm wearing of the day. So, pajamas being worn today. Lilo and Stitch, Stitch from the movie. So it's a Stitch day today, which makes sense. I'm going to be stitching. I'm going to be crocheting. I'm going to be stitching. I have just a thing about pajamas. I love them because I'm dealing with chronic illness and chronic pain all the time. Then I have to be comfortable. And yeah. Being comfortable means you may as well be fun and comfortable. Right. Okay, well, I'm going to end this vlog here. If you do like what I'm doing or you're a fellow Kiwi who wants to keep up with Kiwi things, or just want to see what I'm up to, down that way somewhere is the subscribe button. So hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to get all the notifications, so then you'll know what I'm up to. and it really helps me if you can hit the like button as well, as then I can get shown to more people who might be Kiwis or might be interested in crochet over here in Kiwiland. Okay, I'll talk to you later, and have a great week.